Mallory Combemale is making her second appearance on the podcast today to share a breathwork practice that will help you move through strong emotions. Mallory is the founder of Breath Connection and a co-founder of the Inheritance Project. In addition to being one of my best friends, Mallory is my breathwork and meditation teacher. And over the past 3 years, the practice she has taught me have truly changed my life. If you haven't yet, check out interview number 10 with Mallory on this podcast. The link to listen is in the description box. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to jump right ahead to the breathwork practice, you can go to this time or click below to the link. I'm excited to learn a new breathwork practice from Mallory today. Let's jump back in. Hey, Mallory, how are you today?
Hi, Jake. It is such a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to share and talk with you again. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Yeah, it's a good morning. We just did a little breathing together, so I feel extra ready for this. That always helps me get started. I'm just grateful to have you back on. I want to really quickly talk to people about the format of this episode because it's a little different. As I mentioned, we did a normal interview with Mallory. Part 2 of that coming soon, I hope, as well, to share more about Mallory's work. But I want to let people know that if you're listening to the audio only version of this podcast, you can switch over to YouTube to get the full version of this and really see the practice that we're doing. This is one of the shorter episodes where we share a practice that's going to be transformative and really helpful, hopefully helpful to you and accessible to people they can add to their toolbox to tend their gardens. So just wanted to give that note right up front. But yeah, Mallory, let's jump back in. And I want to start by also sharing my gratitude for you and for everything you brought to my life particularly with these practices you share and you carry. And for me, I mentioned it's been 3 years of practicing with you. And that's looked like many 40-day programs I've done with you and 100-day programs of breath work. Really, you've tailored to my needs, my intentions, where I'm at in my life. And it's helped me start this podcast. It's helped me move through the pandemic. It's helped me in challenging times and in creative times. And so I just want to start by saying thank you.
Oh, Jake, thank you so much for sharing that. It's really beautiful to hear that. And it really is the reason why I do what I do. I think for me, sharing these practices is a big part of my garden of service because they've changed my life. And I couldn't be who I am living the kind of life I live now if I didn't have these tools. And I want as many people in the world to benefit from them as possible. So I feel it's such an honor to get to share with you and with the world.
Yeah, it's an honor. And it just feels like your mission to bring this work to the world. I know Breath Connection is your community around this. I've gotten to go to live and online breathing events with you. Would you share just a few ways people could, right up top, get involved with this really powerful practice that's helped me so much and helped you so much?
Yes, as of recently, I have rekindled online breathwork classes through Breath Connection. And I'm really excited about the next one because it is on January 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern, and it is in special celebration of Chinese New Year, which is one of my favorite festivals from my heritage. And I am going to be sharing a practice to help us welcome in the energy of the water tiger, which is the Chinese zodiac for the year ahead. So if you want to know more about that, you can come to the event. I do them always on donation basis because I want these practices to be accessible to everyone. So that is the first in the monthly series of online breath connection for the year ahead. And aside from that, as you mentioned before, I mostly spend my time working with people one-on-one to create practices that are tailored to your nervous system, what you're working on, where you are in your life. And if you're really interested and committed to integrating these tools into your daily life, that's really the best route for that, to get that kind of support. I know that personally, I went to a lot of meditation classes and all kinds of sessions, but it was only when I committed to my own practice every day that I really started to see shifts in my life. And it's my favorite thing to do to help people make that shift in their routine.
And we talk about this on your interview too, but how powerful it is to come together in a group, to breathe together. We talk about that. And we talk about the power of the one-on-one accountability that has had for me and many others who've worked with you. So I just really want to encourage people to check out both of these incredible offerings that Mallory is sharing, and just let you know, this is just a taste of that. This is an intro, and also a powerful for people who have been breathing with Mallory. This is, hope this will be another way to deepen into your practice today and move some energy. And so with that, I'd like to ask you to share a little more, people, especially people new to this, about the power generally of breath work and what it is.
I always like to say that your breath is the remote control of your nervous system. Our nervous system, majority of our autonomic nervous system is operating outside of our conscious control. So our body is releasing stress hormones into our system. We are having different physiological reactions to our environment, like tensing our muscles or impacts to our digestive system. And all of these things are based on how our body is perceiving threats in our environment and sending signals outside of our conscious control about how to respond. And most of us in this modern world, our nervous system has some patterns of dysregulation in that we perceive situations that we're in to be threatening to our body when they're actually not. And so a big part of working with our breath is retraining our body to feel safe in more situations. It's also strengthening our nervous system, our capacity to experience stress and discomfort and return back to a baseline healthy state in our body. And that's a bit of what we're going to work on today, because I don't know if it's just me, but I've been experiencing a lot of really strong emotions recently, and particularly anger. And a feeling of anger like that is an overwhelming physiological event in your body. We live in a culture that mostly wants to deny emotions or say they're all in your head or silly, or to just ignore them and repress them, which doesn't actually make any sense scientifically, because your emotions are a physical experience of your body releasing certain hormones of, maybe you feel tightness in your chest or weird feelings in your belly area. This is all activity in your nervous system. And so if we want to get better at emotional regulation and to allow ourselves to experience strong emotions without those emotions leading us to act unconsciously or do things that we regret or damage our relationships, we have to learn how to move through our emotions and learn how to better regulate our body and our nervous system. So that's a little bit what we're going to work on today. And I also always like to say that the practices that I'm sharing today come from the Himalayan Kriya yoga tradition. I've studied a lot of different types of meditation and breath work over the years, but most of what I teach and most of my practice is from this tradition through my teacher Anand Mehrotra and the community at Sattva Yoga. And I highly recommend checking them out and exploring all those practices and philosophy from the source. And what else was I going to share? Do you have any other questions about the practice or what we're about to do?
Well, I'll just say we'll link to Sattva Yoga too below. People want to check that out and work with them, as well as Mallory, learn from Anand, which I am doing both, learning from Mallory and Anand. But I think we're ready now to jump into the practice and maybe make our transition into getting set up to breathe together.
Sounds good.
Is there any more you wanted to say about, I'll say, before we make that transition into any of the this particular breathwork. So you've designed a number of custom breathwork practices for me. I know you do customize each flow. Is there anything more to say about this flow before we do it that people need to know?
This is designed to be like a wave. So we are going to do a more gentle warm up to become conscious and aware of our breath and what's in our experience. And then we're going to start to do more movement and breath together to help build some energy and warmth in the body. And it's really through movement and breath and elevating our heart rate, almost like cardio, that we can release and transform some of the really strong energy that comes through when we're experiencing something like anger or frustration. So we're going to get a little bit active, and then we're going to wind down at the end. And what I will say is that this practice does involve a lot of movement. It's seated, but does involve a lot of moving the upper body. So it might not be a great thing for you to do if you have any shoulder issues or shoulder injuries. Maybe sit this particular one out, and we can record another practice another time that's better if you have less mobility. So that is an important thing I want to share, that it will be physically active because the focus is moving through strong energies.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. I feel ready, and I feel excited to learn a new practice with you.
Let's do it. This will be about a 20-minute practice. So let's start by finding a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall. You can sit cross-legged on the floor, on your knees, or on a chair, whatever is more comfortable for you. If you are sitting on a chair, I recommend placing both feet firmly on the floor and sitting forward in the seat so you're almost on the edge of the chair, which will give your body a little bit more space and help you feel a bit more stable when we do the practices. All right, let's begin by taking a deep breath in together. Exhale, sigh it out. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. One more, make it your deepest breath so far today. Exhale, let it all go. Breathe slowly in and out through your nose. Focus on the feeling of your breath moving in your body. Perhaps you notice your belly expanding, your lungs filling with air as you inhale. And as you exhale, your lungs emptying, your belly relaxing inwards. Deep, slow, full breaths. You can close your eyes and really bring your focus inwards to the sensations in your body. Learning to become aware and notice the signals that our body is sending us. Whatever sensations or signals or feelings you might notice today, know that they're totally normal and okay. They're part of the human experience, and they're welcome in this space. Let's begin by a 5-count breath. I'm going to count 5 counts for the inhale, a 5-count hold, and a 5-count exhale, breathing in and out through the nose. So before we start, let's exhale all the air out of our lungs and inhale through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Continue counting on your own. Focusing on your breath and your counting. Bringing your breath and your mind to work in harmony. Synchronizing the movement of your breath with the activity of your mind. Becoming deeply present. Nothing else to focus on, just your counting and your breathing. And if your mind wanders, no worries, just gently bring it back to your breath and to your counting. Recommit. Let's do one more full round of breath like this. After your last round of breath, start to breathe deeply in and out through your nose, allowing your breath to flow. No more holding of the breath. Notice if you feel different at all since when we first sat down together. Notice again sensations in the body. Notice where you might be holding tension or stress or any other challenging emotion. And for now, allow it to be there. This is the paradox. In order to transcend something, to move through it, we have to first fully accept it. When we surrender fighting it, we actually create space for it to shift, to be transformed. Throughout the rest of the practice, know that you can come back to this slow, deep breathing at any point. Some of the practices that we'll do may be challenging, and if that's the case, I really encourage you to see if you can stay with it. When we experience discomfort, it's an opportunity for us to grow. So this is your invitation to stay with it and find out what's on the other side. But of course, if you need to, you can always come back here to this gentle, slow, deep breath. Beautiful. Let's add a little movement. We're going to do spinal breath. So we'll bring the arms up to this cactus shape. Then we'll inhale strongly through the nose. And then exhale, round the spine, curl inwards, hands come to fists, elbows into the body. Inhale through the nose, arch the spine, palms open. Exhale, curl inwards, elbows in. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale through the mouth, empty completely, curl in. Inhale, stretch open. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, open, stretch. Exhale, empty, release. Inhale, open, deep breath in. Exhale, belly to spine, curl inwards. Inhale, fill up all the way, expand. Exhale, empty out fully. Continue at your own pace. Synchronizing your breath with your movement and taking strong, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Be careful not to rush. This is still an intentional movement. It's still a slow breath, even though it's deep. Notice if you feel any discomfort. It's quite common in the shoulders and the neck and the upper back. And see if you can just let it be there. Keep moving, keep breathing. With each inhale, you fill yourself up with more oxygen. With each exhale, you empty waste products. Use this cycle of the breath to renew yourself. Filling up fresh energy, emptying out, releasing what you no longer need. Feel the power of the breath, the power that it has to transform your inner state. With each inhale, you're sending more oxygen to your brain. With each exhale, you're emptying your body of things it doesn't need. Breath is a great purifier, great energizer. Good. Stay with it. Deep breaths. This is an amazing exercise if you spend a lot of time on your phone or your computer. Really stretches and loosens all those muscles, as well as increasing your lung capacity. So let's see, with each breath, see if you can go a little further. Stretch a little deeper. Breathe a little deeper. Inhale more. Exhale more completely. Expand your capacity as you breathe. Good, let's do 3 more. Make them count. Excellent. Breathe in deeply. Sit up nice and tall. Hold the breath. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms, relax the face and the jaw and the forehead and the eyes, and stay. Exhale, let it go. Breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Notice how you feel different. Perhaps your heart is beating a little faster from the movement. Perhaps You feel your blood pumping through your veins, the energy circulating. Let's take some more slow, deep breaths to slow down our heart rate, to bring our nervous system back to a calm baseline. It's almost like interval training. We're training our body to recover from exertion, from stress. Good. We're going to prepare to do one more active breath exercise. And this is a great Kriya for releasing and transforming frustration, anger, any strong emotions. And as you breathe and move, if anything comes up, if you feel like crying, if you feel like screaming, that's totally okay. Just let it all come out and stay focused on your breath and your movement. Allow all that stuff to come out, but return to the practice. Always come back to the practice. All right, so this is the practice. We're gonna bring our hands up into fists. You're gonna put your thumbs inside, so thumb to the base of the pinky finger. We're gonna bring our hands up again to this cactus shape, hands in this fist. And we're gonna do a strong, powerful breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and it's going to be Faust. And these are the accompanying movements. We're gonna keep our shoulders and our upper arms steady and just move our forearms. Inhale back, exhale forward. Good, join in with me. Strong, powerful breath. I find it helpful to keep my eyes open with this one. And really, any frustration from the last few days, just channel it into your movements, into your breath. Keep with the strong, powerful breath, strong, powerful movements. Eyes open, gazing at a steady point for stability and focus. Let's go. Stay with it. Channel it all into your breath, into your movements. Access your inner fire. Keep it going just a little bit longer. Deep breath in. Arms up. Hold the breath. Close the eyes. Exhale, side out the mouth, relax the arms. Shake it out. If you need to shake the hands, shake the head, shake the body, take deep, slow breaths and shake it out. You can flutter your lips like that if you like. It really helps release tension from the face. Let's do one more of those. Deep breath in. Excellent. Come to stillness. Find your slow, deep breath. Allow whatever's moving through you to move through, to do its thing. Keep your focus on your breath. Good. We'll do one more active Kriya with movement. And this one will be a 3-part breath. So we're going to inhale 3 times through the nose and then exhale 3 times through the mouth. So the breath goes like this. 3 inhales and then 3 exhales. The movements are as follows. We're going to bring our hands up again to fists. And then we're going to inhale 3 times as we bring the arms down. Feeling ourselves bringing all this fresh energy, fresh oxygen into our body. And then we're going to flip the palms out and exhale 3 times. And when you do this, you can really feel yourself. Imagine like you're clearing out from your system any energy, anything you don't need anymore. All right, we're going to do this for a little over a minute. So really stay with it, give it your all, get the most out of this experience in just a short amount of time. All right, let's begin. Exhale all the air out and start. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Strong breath. Keep with it. Feel yourself re-energizing yourself and clearing out. Give it your all. Strong, powerful breath. Access those inner reserves. Amazing. Just a little bit longer. You got this. Three more. Inhale, arms up. Hold, close the eyes. Relax the shoulders, relax the face, relax the jaw. Hold. Exhale, let it go. Shake, 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 shake. When you're ready, find stillness, your attention inwards. Come back to these deep, slow breaths in and out through the nose. Practicing, recovering quickly. Coming back to a calm inner state. Slow, deep breaths and long exhales will activate the parasympathetic response in our nervous system. The rest and digest response, the feeling of more calm, more peacefulness. So let's use our breath, slow, long exhales to tap into that, to activate that inside us. And whatever happened, whatever you experienced, it's totally okay. Let it go. Come back to this moment, this present moment. Beautiful. And we're going to add in a gentle movement to this slow, deep breath. This is one of my favorite practices. It's called Blooming Lotus. We're going to start with our palms together in front of the heart. We inhale slowly through the nose. And we rise up, our hands like a lotus rising out of the mud. And then we open our palms as we exhale, creating a beautiful lotus flower shape. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, open, bloom. Beautiful. Keep going at your own pace, synchronizing your breath with your movement. And after that intensity, finding this quality of gentleness, of ease, of flow, of peace maybe. Open yourself to the immense wisdom that's encoded in this practice. That in order to blossom, we have to experience challenges. We have to rise and move through them, move through the mud. That's what gives us the nourishment, the energy to open, to flourish. Can you see all the challenging situations that you've been in, all the hard emotions? Can you see them as this opportunity to grow? This mud that may feel sticky and icky and not good is actually what gives us our power. And feel how powerful you are as you do this practice. Allow yourself to rise up, stretching tall, and then opening fearlessly, expressing yourself in the world. Blooming fully, no holding back. Do one more like this. Really give yourself to the breath, to the movement. Give it your full attention. We bring our palms back together in front of the heart. We'll take a moment of gratitude for all the challenges, all the difficult emotions in our life that have invited us into a process of growth and of healing. Thank you for the opportunity to evolve and to grow and to learn. You can release your hands and let's just sit for a few moments in silence. Simply breathing. In the next few breaths, you can start to take some gentle movements, perhaps with your head, your neck. Whatever your body feels called to do, to transition back. gentle twist. Or a side bend. Maybe some hip circles. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice with me. I hope that you found it useful and that this is something that you can come back to. This resource is here if you ever feel yourself in a surge of anger or frustration or a challenge. Instead of acting that out or lashing out at the people around you, I invite you to come do this practice instead in that moment and see how your experience might shift. Also, if you found this practice useful or powerful at all, I encourage you to share it with people who you think might benefit. These tools are so powerful, and the more people practice and are empowered to be in command of our emotions and our inner state, I truly believe that's the foundation of a more beautiful and harmonious world. So thank you for practicing with us, for supporting that vision in the world, and for sharing these tools with other people who could really benefit from them. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mallory. Thank you so much. I really felt that practice, and appreciate you sharing it with me today. And want to reflect too that, yes, encourage people to come back to this when they need it. I love that message. And also, just as I do, and also reflect on this practice that it's, to me, thinking about 4 gardens, this really is a health. When I talk about the health garden, I'm talking about the mind, the body, and the emotions too. And this is really an emotional tool I want to encourage people to use when they're tending. I know breathwork can be all the gardens in a way, it can be multi-gardens, and I don't want to be reductive, but to me, this cultivates the clear mind, the health that I'm looking for, the kind of moving through the anger and moving through the hard emotions. In Anand's book, we talked about Anand Mehrotra before, Mallory's teacher, which I really recommend his book, This Is That. He talks about moving from a denser state to a lighter state, and how yoga is the practice of cultivating a lighter field, cultivating the witness state, cultivating. Yoga itself is also a self-cultivation practice, one of the oldest in the world. And so to me, I get a lot of my inspiration from that writing and from yoga in general and from these practices. And so, yeah, I want to encourage people to think about this when they're tending their gardens, that how could breathwork be a ally to them? How could they build their toolkit so that they can use this? I mean, breath is free. Breath is always with us. Breath is every moment. So it's such a great place to start when we think about self-cultivation. And it's where yoga starts too, is with the breath. So yeah, wanted to add that note.
Thank you, Jake, for making those connections. Yes, everyone read the book, This Is That too. It really is amazing and makes yoga philosophy accessible. And such a good point. You can breathe, you are breathing all the time anyway. This is a practice you can do without any equipment, without, anything else with you except just your body and your breath. And so you really can carry these tools everywhere you go and use them in any situations in your life. And in that way, no one can ever take that power away from you, which I think is so amazing. Well, thank you, Jake, so much for having me again. It's always such a pleasure to talk to you and practice with you.
Thank you again, Mallory, for coming on. I'm grateful for how this made me feel and for the service this is to others. So thanks again for taking the time today.
Thank you.
Wow, I'm feeling that oxygen, feeling my body, feeling the movement in this practice. Thanks again to Mallory Combemale for coming on. Definitely check out all of her work. Listen and learn more about the Inheritance Project too. Looking forward to having Mallory back on to talk about Inheritance Project. And I just recorded a podcast with her co-founder, Katya Stepanov. Highly recommend listening to that and learning about the important work Mallory, Katya, and Ariel, the business co-founders of Inheritance Project, are doing to work with diversity and inclusion, with storytelling. Yeah, it's just fascinating work that I really support. So I'd also like to invite you to check that out. And also check out, of course, Mallory's event. I'd love to see you there at the Chinese New Year event on the 30th. So yeah, lots to do, lots to connect with. But I just want to thank everybody again for listening, for breathing with us. And so everyone out there, keep on growing.